bra, yeah. Dance ya waiting pie bra, yeah. Can't dance your ne pie bra, to baje so mon pie bra. E ba kan ya bra o. Dance we se fle wa dadia. Kwa dance ya kwesa. Kwesa na kwa nuwo. Kumbaza mama kweta wedia ya. No to chibli amwentu amwo paso. Mara de ya yo piede. Mara de ya yo ne swafna o. Siam na boss mi agwa. Siam na boss na bokom na amwa. Siam na kwa ma kwa. Le bon ya kage. Jaido adi baya. Jaido wa baye kwa jenyo. Jaido wa kleti ba jenyo. Kablo jaya bode. Kakalo asaflo ame. You me ame, please wo. Via buenu de ye. Plus ya bayo. That's your way, but not there. Bena pie me kuma madam monya soanya nyoja soanya ye. Kuma ja enuode. Kuma ja banyo gede se tadwa pa. Kuma ja banyo tadwa se pie juno. Ayadi yo yede. Mado rablabo. Na mo bla no du priase. Asa on bai wa watu oke. Time what every baya. Jebi no priase o. Keyo sina sound pipe. Ma say is ya onyina ya. Wait my road is wa. Can you me aje dem? Mama de mana ezeru na mama de mana yo ma. Ye ko. Mama flo. Be yo kwa wa chi di nekle. So na ji pe awe o de ye wu. Money tie no mo. Money da da so se ade o tem le nwe yo. Ye ko. Ma jadi ye yo. Ma jadi ye yo. Ma jadi ye yo. J'étais le premier là-bas à la radio avec maman Sabi aïe monté non d'abord n'a pas souillé Sabi ni maman nous acabani botika o maman matade pecholo là-bas ma bonne aïe non maman Dance at your way, money be a block. More blonde. Promise I found the photos out here. When you go, they save your body. One day they don't say you come back. Le bon ya kage. Amo kuju adenu ma kuju nyayi okun nyayi ya. Eze bomu o ma kuju ne bona eze bomu o ye mele. Yo bro. Ma jadi yo pie bra. Dance ya waiting pie bra. So mon pie bra. E ba kan ya bra o. Dance we se fle wa dadia. Kwa dance ya kwesa. Kwesa na kwa nuwo. Kumbaza mama no quit the wet ya. Not too cheaply, I'm going to one passo. I don't on the soft now. Swim the boss, me a walk. Swim the boss, never come now. Swim now, come up to walk. The Bonia Kage. Jay bloody by ya. Jay the one by ya, Quajan. You will lay a desire. Then I'd wear that power. Basically, I get to get this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a market of my trade there. Well, you'll learn it was away. And as I go, that Gianna, we say you. Papa Mora, get you up when anywhere, Momba Sibole. L'arrangeur national, très trop fort. Puis à club, mais on va essayer de sauver des joueurs. À moi, ça y faut. Déabio. Doa bébé, you pas pour mon yao. Papa n'y guitare, petit, plateau fait son nid. Kainaka. Bena baya posa gogo mambo panjago Apoblo akafoi Wa posa nyoka foi Be afonte moi mandi yo kwa kle yukiyen Nyonjo si mwen Posto tata tuyo kwe atrinyo di won Emo o Nesse tokan This is a coco, where they have it. Cowolia, I can't salute. Post to a cat tree of where I think on the one. Emo, that's a token. Now, this is a coco, where they have it. Cowolia, can you get? Now, conquering your bed when I know sound fairly on it. I do. Let's do what you just grab it to one. Say your book on you. Are you an old? Type of that you know, and now we say you over. I want to you come on, I need a boy. And yes, I'm going to buy them when we get. Hey, am I gay? What I just me, I'm going to end it the boy. Oh. Bobo that you know, and now we say you will. So, like it, I'm going to never go. Netoni and Rayo. Hey, you? A book like just a word, yeah, I'm a walking about. Kaidaka, when it goes to work, I'm going to let you know halfway. I just know. This is what I say. Say, Bobo, yeah. You like do I get more by one name on tele by Potamu, Kayada, Planning Papa, Pinagasia, Baka Lage, the Buesi, the BSC, baby. There's no yes, you can up one. There was a bob was a dressy, Mambo, Balibo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. But you are going to do it, so say. I just want to lay a but you are not from your city, okay? Wait, you, Saibo, and you didn't go from where John B. On the Kriana walk like a bad day, it was a was so now when you're naturally found, let us play. Bobo that you know, and I will say you over. I'm done it. Where are you? So on my way. I know Russell, K-Bay, Russell. South Africa, your fault, your way. And you're for you, won't be and my one. I'm the Pope and Yahoo. Don't finish it, I say, oh, Clavodio. Say, if I can work with we are come here. Say, Bobo that you know, and I will say you over.
sueru ninde sueru kwa musueru manje tota siko bala kabo jo ase ke po sueru muzo bluke say ya re ase ba ye no ken mo de ye yo pa play yo te mo de ya now ariwo ase o ba ye amo amora da o Saibo de kiano na wisi ayiwo Agbeso rulo di yo manye So pe nyo wa Saibo ba Saibo de kiano na wisi ayiwo Mo pop ma na le meri Rita nyo wa do seru Manye no ase o Ise mayo That was the yasi also won't on you. Amora Ginola,
alors il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Glodé. Le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, au grand jamais. Mobile Production. Abia dia au bois. Amounia Dro. Moi, toi, Pierre. Pierre, Pierre, a toi, Pierre, qui a volé. Pierre, ah, Pierre,
That's the one.
a toi, Pierre, qui a volé. Ma Pierre,
Ah, DJ, ah, DJ, we, ah, Mara DJ me oh, who carry the bonnet of a gay? I saw Monday.
Good evening.
Right now,
folks.
brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the show. A colorful show with a mighty star, a big band, and ballad lady dancers. Thus, it's my pleasure to announce the appearance of Senior Rochero PUBLIRADIO in this first tune, A Day Tell.
Join me, let's have fun, there's no playing around. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. Tabule, tabule.
Hey, hey, mon amant. Hey, hey, mon amant. Ateito, ateito, ateito. Nalukio na kati ya Kinshasa mobimba mama e. Na bani na foire fikine. Na koti na sine paladume, na koti na raki. Na koti na sine palace, na koti na Bellevue. Na leki na tipekae, na koti na endetwae. Ateito, 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 ateito mon amour. Hey, hey, mon amant, maman, mon amant. Hey,
Hey, hey, mon ami.
ateito, nalikio mama, ateito, mon amant, mama, ateito.
Ah, yes, ah, yes.
Hey, mon amant, Janine Amelo, nalikio mama.
Good evening, folks. Samson. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I don't know much about you, but I'm having fun. I think it's wonderful, wonderful thing to see this. I do this. So those who really want to stay with Samson, to stay with him. I dance, and you don't like my dancing, you want to leave. I said thank you. Well, welcome, Samson to live on LIBERIA Public Radio this evening again from Sacramento Live, where I will be discussing roads and road condition in Liberia. And tonight I will be showing you some of the fixes that I think tonight. Pay attention. There will be some engineering terms and what have you, but don't let that carry you away. These are just the words that people use daily in the construction business. Why do I do this? Especially for the road. Because there are things that think that if people think through what they want to do, they will be successful. And I thought that I do this. I'm not going to stop until the end of the year because I got a little more. I'm going to try my best to stay out of politics. And maybe a lot of people will not come towards me. A lot of people will not want to watch me because I'm not talking politics. Who's stealing what? Who's doing? No, I don't want to deal with that. And don't get me wrong. I am a political junkie. I follow them. I follow all of the stuff that's happening back home. Has been reported on Front Page, Daily Observer, and whatever news magazine that I can go on. So I do have up-to-date information from home based on the reading that I've done. But this is not what I want to discuss. Taking an hour and a half of your time to discuss politics? No. I'm a technical person, so I will discuss technical issues. Roads. Because I truly believe if Liberia to be successful, truly successful, road network must be number one. You don't have road in Liberia, we can't go nowhere. When it's raining, we don't move. So I'm going to go through it this evening. Again, I want to thank all of you that continue to stay with us. We say thank you very much for staying with us. We appreciate it. Those of you that are joining us now, we also say thank you. Stay with us. It's going to be very interesting tonight. Okay? Safety. Summer is coming up. Like I said, I'm going to be discussing heat-related illness and what have you. Safety. Why is it that they ask you to drink water? Safety. If it's hot. Those of you that have mothers and fathers in your house, oh, God bless you. We say thank you very much for taking care of our open. See, they took care of us. It's time for us to turn to them and take care of them. Those of us that don't have our mom and pa now, that's okay. You've done your best. But those of you that have your mom and pa, we say thank you and we appreciate it. Safety. Don't drink and drive. They don't mix. Don't text and drive. They don't mix. If you're drinking, God forbid, nothing happened to you, thank God. Okay? But what if you get pulled over by the cops? It's going to slow you down in America big time. Not only are you going to be, your license is going to be suspended, but your ability to go to school, well, at this time, I think most of the people that follow me, they're probably all of them out of school now. They all master degree, PhD. But I'll still talk about school anyway. But anyway, the point is, they suspend your license. You can't go to work. You can't feed family. You can't go to school. Frustration setting in. And you're not quite ready to go to Liberia. Frustration setting in. Just something that you just wanted to enjoy. Why? You want to drink? Stay home in your living room. Monday afternoon like that, you want to drink? Start drinking and turn to Liberia Public Radio and start arguing with Samson too. Because you're drunk. Who cares? But it's in your house. No trouble. But don't get drunk and put your hand on either your kids or even your partner. She's not your slave. She's your wife. She has 50% of whatever happened in the house. So don't touch her because you think you're drunk. I don't know anything about social welfare, but I run my mouth anyway. So, by the way, let's go on. Folks, Samson told Liberia Public Radio. It's very interesting night tonight, Monday evening. Last day of the month. We say thank you. Just got paid. Money is good. Oh, did I say I just got paid? No, I mean somebody else. Don't call me. I get paid. But I don't know, I'm very serious though, folks. I just want to welcome all of you. Those of you that have the ability to go to YouTube, you can go to YouTube as well, Liberia Public Radio, and you'll be able to see us there as well. And I think honoring the leadership of Mr. Francis Johnson, I'm probably going to run my mouth here. I think we're the only Liberian radio, TV, whatever you want to call us, that doing both Facebook and YouTube the same time, my people. Yes, Liberia Public Radio. Nathaniel Christ have put us on a map. We're not getting down, we're staying there. Can you imagine we're doing this live from Liberia, both on YouTube and Facebook, and even we can do the radio as well. So we're moving up. I want to thank Mr. So again this evening. I want to thank Mr. Cry again for giving us the opportunity to shine, and we will shine. Let's go on. So today, I will show you different type of road and road construction. I want you to pay close attention. If you can't stand the heat, you get out. That's okay. Even if nobody is watching me, I will still talk about the road. Because I think the road business in Liberia is very important. It's very important. But then you say, Mr. To, you staying here showing all of these things. How is it helping people back home? Well, that's that question that I'm not questioning. That asking, you're asking that I'm not asking. That the people back, my job as an engineer is to show these things. You want to follow, you follow. You don't want to follow, you leave it. I can't do anything else. I can't stay here and say you need to do it, but when I show them, okay, those of the people, the brothers and sisters back home that have interest, because I was in Liberia, the engineering aspect in Liberia, when it comes to road and road construction, zero. Look, I'm not putting my foot in my mouth. I think it's zero. What they do have, they do a lot of buildings. They build buildings. They build water and sewer, build building stations and things. And I was in there. In fact, I helped one of my friend of mine to pour some of the concrete in one of the water stations right opposite Madam Ellen former house. They said our house, she don't live there anymore. But right opposite it on Tatman Boulevard. Okay, they design buildings, good buildings, but when it comes to road, it's bad. I'll give you an example. Serious problem we have in our country. You have engineers themselves, but the road leading from the main road to go to their houses, say they add it, it's bad. Bad. And these some of them are engineers. They don't want to do anything about it. How the heck they expect Monrovia to improve? If the road leading from the main road to your house, you can't even put gravel over it, and you expect the whole people going in and out. That's ridiculous. You live there. Okay? Now, here's the other thing. The road, I'm talking Monrovia right now. The roads in Monrovia, some of them are good. They don't have no shoulder. I'm not making it up. If you have been to LIBERIA lately, you will know. Taxi can't stop on the road for you to get down and walk a little bit before you get off the road. No. They park their car right in the main road and you get out. And sometimes the place to put you, there's no even place for you to put your foot down because the road separation from the road to the other stop you got to stop is about 2-3 feet deep in Monrovia. You're talking about traffic conditions, simple stuff. How big is Monrovia? How big is Monrovia? What are the major street in Monrovia that the traffic engineers are not able to control the traffic situation in LIBERIA? You have people driving everywhere. They don't even do first come, first serve. Forget it. The brave survive. In other words, if I come in an intersection and you're coming, I will challenge you and you challenge me. The person who blink first, stay out. Okay? In other words, if I don't care about the kind of car I'm driving, then I get through. Because if you hit me, it doesn't matter. That's how they drive. That's how they drive. So how do you expect people to run into those kinds of capital city and want to do something better? Okay? The police themselves, they're driving and they hear them on the horn. Get off the road. Get off the road. Sometimes they take the wrong side of the road. Because why? They're police. And sometimes you look at it and you're thinking, if you come from here and you look behind your view mirror, you look in your view mirror, you look out there in the back, and they have their light, you think it's an emergency. No. They're just driving to go to work, just like anybody else. Tottenham Boulevard, just before you get to SKD Boulevard, coming from Painesville area. Okay? Right before, I think they call it Cooper Road or something like that. I'm not too sure. Immediately after ERWA Junction, everybody start doing 3 lanes going towards Monrovia. It's not set for that. They only have 2 lanes going to Monrovia, 2 lanes coming back to Painesville. Okay? But people deciding to switch the people that are coming to Painesville, force them into 1 lane. And the people going to Monrovia establish themselves another lane without duly certified by the police. Then what do? As you start from ERWA Junction, 3 lane going towards Monrovia. But before, about 200 feet before you get, this is the interesting thing, and I have the video. One of these I will play the video. But before you get to SKD Boulevard, the people who, and they're not stupid, these people are very sensible. They know very well that they are in the illegal lane. But before they get there, they try to squeeze yourself back to 2 lane. Because if they get there, maybe the police will pull them over. So now you have a bottleneck. Right before 200-300 feet before the police, you have a bottleneck. Why do you do that? Now, the rushing this is how smart they are. I'm not going to use the other word because I'm on live TV. They're too smart. They're so smart. You say, how smart are they? I tell you this. They're so smart because they got to get to work before 8 o'clock. But guess what? Because of the bottleneck now, they're staying in the traffic. The traffic they're trying to avoid. They're going to stay in there for hours. Because why? They refuse to obey the rules. So what is the fix Samson will put up? Drastic fix. In the middle of the road, I put spike down. All nails sticking out. 4 or 5 inches of nail spike in the middle of the road. You cross the road, you bust your tire, you're going nowhere. 2 tires, you're going nowhere. Do it 1 or 2 times, they will learn how to stay on the main lane that the traffic engineers and the police have given them. Instead, they create another road. Why am I all in this one? This. By the way, I'm just telling you that if we, Liberia, want that place to be more beautiful than what it is, it's easy. You tell me, those of you that are just coming from Monrovia lately, what type of big office, forget office, let's do business. People that have businesses. First thing, the government of the Republic of Liberia, public work, give them permission to build. But guess what? No parking lot. Yes, I enjoy myself when I look at my rent. How the hell you gonna give me a building, a big bank building, where they expect Liberians to go and do business? No parking lot. Okay, I give them that. So maybe they'll say, okay, there's a little small alley that go down towards another community. People will park there, but the alley itself for the grass bottle and everything else. So who wants to park their car there? Why are we suffering ourselves? Why are we suffering? You mean we cannot talk to our own brothers and sisters in Monrovia to see reason to obey the rule that they have elected us to put in place? You think the Liberian people are so stubborn that they don't like to obey the rule? But you first of all have to communicate with them effectively. You don't go over there and say, I'm a police, I say move, therefore you move. You do that, you defeat the purpose. But you tie that whole no parking lot. You ask the man who coming to put 2, 3, 4, 5-story building up. Okay, what is the purpose of this building? In any building you design in this country, you must have the purpose, you must have the users, you must have the number of people that are going to use that building. Based on that, the city will tell you, okay, based on the number of people you say that are going to use the building, these are the number of parking straw that you need. You can't provide a parking straw, you're not building nothing. Simple as that. But what do? Why there's no parking lot for all these big buildings they put in Monrovia? No parking lot. And you'll be lucky if you have maybe about one. Okay, I'm looking at the other business. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 car parking. Where the other people gonna go, my people? In the street? And so one of the things also is, I love it when I do that in Monrovia. You park your car, but to reverse, then you have, yeah, what? Because why? Labor is so cheap in Liberia. They just use our brothers and sisters like nothing else. Parking lot, they got a parking lot security guard that will tell the car to come back. How much are they paying these people? You think if the government of Liberia make them to pay these people like maybe $200-300 a month, you think they will not provide parking? Because they will say, no, I don't want to pay the $200-300. Let me spend it and buy and get myself a parking. But because the liver is so cheap, they pay some of them what, $36-70 a month. And then they stay there and control the traffic from the parking lot. And once you pass certain area, you're on your own. And here's another thing. No courtesy as far as the driving behavior is concerned. Like, bro, forget it. You coming off, no stop sign. Forget about stop sign. But you coming on, you say, okay, well, the man coming, he see me, he will give me a chance. Forget it. Unless you come from Total. Other than that, man, I'm giving you a chance. So I've one of these days when I was out there, when I was driving, I was videotaping these things. Another thing they have that I noticed. I mean, we got a long way to go. On Dupo Road, I noticed that on Dupo Road, they have these, what they consider speed bump. But guess what? The big shots, say the vice president and other people that are living at Scene Road, when they're coming to work, the side they're driving on, most of the speed bump they have, their side, no speed bump. The side going to work, no speed bump. The other side got speed bump. So you got half speed bump. I'm serious, Peter. I'm just laughing because I'm out of there. But I'm serious. Because I drove Dupo Road because my sister lived way up going to the airport. So I used to go to my sister and then I come back to Dupo Road to my friend's place. But anyway, I drove the road a lot. And so then when I get there, I just started laughing. Why would you provide a speed bump? Certain area, there's none. The other one, you have it. What's the reason? I don't know. But anyway, that's Monrovia. Let me now take you a little bit into the hinterland, which is my interest here tonight. Folks, we Liberians, like I said, what we want is what we got to get. And this is why our brothers and sisters that are here, that leave from here, go get job back home, that are not pushing for the dual citizen business, okay? They're killing the country. Because those that are there will make sure you don't have no dual citizenship. Because just take, for example, you've been driving all over America here. The system is in you. You can't drive going somewhere with no, you meet a red light, then you want to go through. That's not in you. That's not how you behave. When you're coming from your driveway, you look that way, look the other way, make sure the place is clear, and go. If you're driving on the road and somebody else is coming in, you have that tendency to give the person a chance to get on the road. You get to Liberia, it's a different thing. It's going to take you 2 to 3 weeks, the most, to get into the system. Because once I started cutting people off myself, I was so happy. And I felt so good that I'm cutting people off. I recorded that as well. Because what is that? I left from here. When do I start cutting people off? But those are the kinds of brothers and sisters that will be there, will refuse for people to have dual citizenship. And here's what I think they're killing us with that. Knowing fully well that we're not going to say we're not coming to Liberia, but they put that dual citizenship on your hair so that you will not consider yourself fully Liberian. Some of us that are high, we say we're Liberian. You can't do nothing to me. I know that one. But their son say, I don't need to fool around with that. If the people can't recognize my talent, let me utilize this here. And they stay here. So by the time they get ready to go back home, they're old. They're no longer able to contribute effectively to whatever development scheme they have in Liberia. It's done. So you see what I'm going with this? So the brothers and sisters that continue to resist the dual citizenship, they're not doing themselves a favor. They're hurting themselves as well. Because take, for example, you got young people here. I just don't want to name names. But you got young, energetic. They're IT people. I don't even need to go long. But the people can go to Liberia and help that country lay out some wiring system. And the whole place can be whatever you want to call it. Because they have it in there. You got some young Liberians. Master degree, PhD in social working. They can go over there, help to rehabilitate most Liberians that are still struggling. There are Liberians that are still struggling from the war, but they have masked their feelings. You can't see it. They're not exposing themselves. But I tell you this, when a young Liberian that perhaps took part in it, when they're ready to talk to themselves, when they're ready to talk to you, they do like this. We start slapping their own hand because they're angry. Where they're coming from? We got Liberians here that can bring up the copenness. They can bring out the magnetism to help the children to cope with whatever they're going through. But they're not about ready to rush over there if you don't allow them in, because here's why it is. They're educated. And education, with your education, you can go anywhere, any part of the world and be able to work. Don't force the man to stay in Liberia if he doesn't want to stay. Let the man come. If he can establish something, let him. But then you have the dual citizenship over the hair. So the young people just say, you know what, forget it. I'll stay here, make my money, and support my family back home. Okay? Why you think the traffic situation, let me go back to the traffic. Why you think the traffic situation is happening in Liberia? If most Liberians that are living in diaspora were to leave from here and go to Liberia, don't you think that perhaps will try to make the system, the driving system, to try to improve it, because they have gotten used to driving without anybody molesting them. Okay? So why would they want to be in the traffic that's from EWA Junction all the way to Waterside 2-3 hours? No, they will find roads, they will find means to alleviate that problem. That's development. But they don't see it. They think, say, you live from here, you want your job. I tell you what, when I was there, what I saw immediately after the inaugural program was frightening. People was claiming over each other for job. If you're qualified, why would you be going to Senator House at night for him to lobby for you? If you're qualified. If the man don't want to accept you or don't want to pick you, so big deal. You come back here and work. If you offer your service because you know your qualification, if you offer your service and they don't want to employ you, come back here, you'll find job. But no, they were there fighting each other for job. Backstabbing each other for job. The story that I heard, if those are true, then we got serious issue. Okay? So why am I jumping off of this to the road, from the road to this position that I'm on here tonight? Folks, it's very easy. Very easy. Because if we don't have the fabric, societal fabric, what I call societal fabric, to be able to help everybody to come up, if we don't have that, we're going nowhere. You leave from here with all of these preaching that I'm doing for the road. Say, the government says, okay, Mr. Samson told you, you've been talking too much. Can't work. Good. Talk to my wife, talk to my kids. Okay, I'll be back. I go over there to go work. They're not going to pay me the money that I'm making right now. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. Okay, so I go to work. We'll start doing some of the stuff that I'm going to be showing you here. We'll start doing it. The machine breaks down. So we have to go and order for spare parts. So because I'm working for the government, I go to the procurement office and say, this is what I'm going to need for me to continue with the process. Let's just say it's going to cost me $500 for certain parts. The procurement officer now go and I own $5-6 a piece. Thing that I say, he's not saying, he's saying something else. Don't tell me it's not happening. The little money that the government have gone to borrow, we start scheming over it here and there. One thing. Forget about that side. That's broke people. Broke people, they know how to steal. That's fine. I know people are going to be writing, what making them broke people know how to steal? Yeah, go talk to the broke people in LIBERIA. By the way, that's besides the point. So I'm lucky. So I'm able to find a heavy stone rocks that I'm going to use for my base. Put a piles rock along the construction site. At night, people taking wheelbarrow to go steal the rock, the stone that I pulled out. And guess what? They take that and go sell it to people who have money. And they will buy. The people will be buying. They're not taking it and putting it behind their houses, though. They're taking it to go sell it for other Liberians to buy. And Liberians buy it. The rock that I was supposed to use for base, for the good road, they have all been stolen. And Liberians are using that stolen material. And guess what? They are not just your ordinary Liberian. I mean, big shots using the stolen material. You say, how you prove it? I don't got no proof. Go sue me. But you know it's happening. So now the next day we go to work was shut. Let me take myself out of it. And there was a young man that was on here the other day. He made the same point. How he met somebody in Washington, white man in Washington, D.C., the man was making the same point. You asked for a contract. The government of the Republic of Liberia was able to secure a project from African Development Bank. The African, they're not your brother and sister. They're from Total. These are people that are from Europe or all over. But they decided they feel sorry for us. They want to give us some money for us to do a project. $2 million project. The African Development Bank said, okay, yeah, it's a $2 million. You guys come up with a proposal, a nifty project. The Liberian government put something together. But what did they do? they go to Nigeria or Ghana and hire the services of a consultant to put a proposal together that is being built in Liberia. They're not Liberian engineer putting the proposal together. Ghana and Nigerian engineers putting the proposal together for the project in Liberia. So let me put that one side. So they go ahead. They decide, okay, we got a proposal to send it to African Development Bank or World Bank, whatever bank that is willing to give us money. They got a $2 million project. The money is seen in the hand of the Liberian government now. Somebody come in, a reputable company, decent company, the same company that will build roads here in America, and they're going to be decent. It's the same company. They get a construction. They get a construction contract. But when they get there, the people, the Liberian government officials that are responsible to issue or check or whatever to the company, they start asking the company, well, before you do this, you got to give us this. $2 million project. So one official, maybe $250,000. Another one, maybe $150,000. By the time they go around, out of the $2 million, they have already spent $500,000. So you have $1,500,000 remaining. And here's the thing here. When you make your proposal, those of us that are in construction and engineering business, you itemize all of the things that are going to make up that road. I'm talking road because I know road. So all of your things that are going to make up that road, your base, the concrete, whatever you're going to be using, everything is itemized. They have what they call item numbers. So each one of those items, according to the engineer, they put dollars amount on it. It's gonna take me, say, 50 cubic yard of dirt. They're gonna move from here to there, and each time. And here's the thing, and I'm not gonna bore you with the engineering of it, but here's the thing: the truck that takes the dirt from here, it goes. How long does it take to go, dump, and come back? The contractor going to charge you for the fuel, the time, and everything. So all of that, before he comes to pay for that $2 million, he already have all of those things in place. He comes now, you're giving him, the government of the Republic of giving him $2 million, but he has given back because of corrupt behavior. He has given back $500,000. Okay, so far? Stay with me. I hope I'm not getting you off. So the $1,500,000 now that is in the man's hand, he has to buy fuel, he has to pay employees, and some of the employees are coming from the United States. They're not working for chicken change because they are good workers. They know how to construct bridges. They know how to operate some of the excavators. Okay, they know how to lay pipes. So this guy gone out and collected all of these people, and each of them have 4 months, and each of them will have to have a truck. So all of these equipment that the man had put into this project, okay, he estimated everything, and guess what? His profit was supposed to be $500,000 out of that $2 million. So $1,500,000 straight for material, equipment, and labor for that job. I hope I'm not losing you out of this thing. Don't get lost. Stay with me. Okay. So this is how you do estimate. Anyway, I'm just doing a rough estimate here this afternoon. Don't say this is how sounds important. No, quite easy one. Okay, but he calculated his profit to be $500,000. The $500,000 profit, he's already given it out back to the Liberians. But guess what? He's going to make profit because he's already borrowed against that profit to start the profit. Man, what part of it you don't understand? Corrupt behavior hurt all of us, not just you alone. So now he's already borrowed against that $500,000 to start the project. The bank not going to say, oh, Liberia people owe you money. Go ahead, we'll forgive you. No. The man from here, he has used for collateral and bond his house, $250,000 out, $500,000 out. the collateral and bond. You think you're going to leave from Liberia without being able to pay the bank? Big here. So guess what? He said, okay, if you want to play game, we're all going to play. And so instead of giving you the $2 million worth of work, he's going to give you $1 million worth of work because he's getting a $500,000 profit. And the $500,000 he gave you up, that's a loss. So you ain't even worry about it. But he's not going to provide for that. And then you have inspectors. I saw the inspectors at work. And this is very sad. One day, I'm telling you, as I'm speaking now, I'm becoming emotional again all over. I was in front of the Chief Justice house behind some building, and Victor Smith places over there. Right in front of Victor Smith, the people are digging these ditches. The ditch was about maybe 4 feet wide by 5 feet deep. And they decide, who will be calling me telling like this? Oh, I'll call the man in, I call him Victor Smith. Okay, let me ask. Mr. Smith, sorry, I'm on the air, and I will call you immediately. I just called your name a few minutes ago, and you just answered. But anyway, I'll call you back, sir, please. Is that okay? Okay. That's my friend, Victor Smith, former IT Minister of Public Work. Very nice guy. This is a guy that called me to come do some engineering classes in Liberia. Anyway, he's a very good friend of mine. I just called you calling me. I hope you watch it, Mr. Smith. By the way, let's get back to the business. So now, when I was in front of this place, they've digging this hole, and they decided that they're going to put concrete all around the building, all around the hole, and leaving some void in there for them to lay some cable and things like that. But here's the sad thing. Here in this country, those of you that have seen construction site, those of you that work for a construction company, when you're dealing with rebars, whenever you're done at the end of the day, not even the end of the day, any rebar that is more than a foot sticking up above ground, that rebar must be capped, plastic capped. And I'll show you the cap. The cap is just like a cap. They call it cap. So that when anybody fall over that rebar, it doesn't pierce them. So I got out of the car. First day to Mr. Smith, I said, what is that, Victor? He said, well, the people digging here, they're getting ready to put some cable and things like that. I said, but what is rebar cap? So we don't use cap in the place here. Never dawned on me. I never thought of it. I went to class. After class, I came back for lunch. And as we were standing there talking about this cap, yes, Jesus, we're lucky. We're blessed, Liberian. We're blessed. 3 young kids, 2 girls, 1 boy. They couldn't be anything more than 6, 5, and 4 because the little boy, they were holding their hand. So as we were talking, they wanted to cross the road from the Chief Justice side. They wanted to cross the road. But then I'm thinking, how they going to, on Tottenham Boulevard, there's no crossing stuff. Nothing, no line for you to cross in. You're on your own. In Liberia, you're on your own. But anyway, they were able to cross. So as they were crossing, I was thinking to myself, I hope these children are not going to jump this ditch. The older one jumped. The younger one next to the older one jumped. The baby, the one that I consider baby, maybe 4 to 5 years old, he tried to jump. Couldn't make it. Immediately I covered my face because I thought the worst would have happened. But what happened was, as he jumped and going halfway, the girl and the boy grabbed his hand and pulled it up as God could have it. Can you imagine if that young man had fell over those rebar right before my eyes? As I was standing, thinking about things that I know. And here's the funny thing. The night before, Victor and I went to pour the water and sewer building on Tottenham Boulevard, as I told you about earlier. And there was a rebar that was sticking out. And I made these people at night, I said, take them out. They took it out. The Chinese people came and took it out. I said, either you put cap on it or you take it out. Even though I wasn't an inspector, I told the two inspectors, young guys, I told them the reason of me asking them to take it up. They say you're right. And here am I. The case is going to have this kind of mess. Okay, these are kind of thing we face in Liberia. Simple stuff like that. Simple stuff. You put rebar down that you're going to leave open, that is more than a foot. Put cap on it. And here's the thing about these things here. If you ask Liberian to rich, some of these Liberian people are rich. They buy the cap, that business. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with it? But we don't see it. Okay? We don't see it. Sometimes things are just difficult. We make things difficult for ourselves. I'm serious, guys. We make things difficult for ourselves. Simple stuff, we make it hard for us. And then, the worst of all, we expect government to do everything for us. Okay, but I want to bust your bubble this afternoon. Let's look at the government of the Republic of Liberia. Most of you here know the president very well because when he was young, he used to play football before you are at the Tatma Stadium, SKD Stadium. You saw him. He's president now. Okay. Most of the people that are running the government, friends of yours, they're the same. Do you think they have magic wand in their hand that they can wave and make things happen? No. These are people just like you and myself. Except they have taken the responsibility to lead us. But that doesn't mean they're taking the responsibility to be Jesus Christ. They're not. They're there as people who are capable to lead us. But we want to lay back. Sewer in front of your building in Monrovia. You're waiting for the government to come clean it. In the morning, you're ready, you wash your hand all over the place, the water going all over. In front of your house, you're waiting for government to come and clean it. What's stopping you from planting grass, to have a decent grass all over your place? What's happened to that? Nothing. You're waiting for government to do everything. Everything. So we got a long way to wait. Okay? So here now, I'm going to be showing you what I thought. When I went home, I drove from Monrovia. I didn't drive. I tried, but I was so petrified. Opa drove from Monrovia to Ganta. I was sleeping most of the way. And thank God I was sleeping. He said, Mr. Toh, good thing you were sleeping, because some of the curve that I was doing, you probably would have been freaking out. But on a very serious note, so when we got to Ganta, I said, I want to drive the country road. No quota. I want to feel that. He said, okay, put me behind the wheel. We started about 7 o'clock. By 7:15, I parked the car and turned it over because the road was so bad. There's no way that I'm going to try to do at least 50 and still be able to, go around, try to skirt around the ditches and every ditch in the middle of the road. I said, Opa, can't drive. And that young man took the car. It was unbelievable. But the funny thing is, Opa knows the road very well because he's a living grandeur there. So he used to go to Monrovia back and forth. So he knows all the corners. So it was easy for him. You leave from here. You want to go home to enjoy yourself. How do you do that? Now let's watch. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm here again this afternoon. Rocking it, folks. I'm going to be showing you a road now. Please. The intent of me showing you the road most likely is not like this now. It's probably worse because it's been rainy, so most likely it's worse. But the reason I'm showing you, I'm not trying to put anybody down, but these are things that we ourselves can fix. These are things we Liberians, if we want good life, we will get it. If you as Liberian want good life, you will get it. The only thing is, don't try to get good life at the expense of your brothers and sisters. That's not decent. Let's look at it raw. Samson Tour, LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm on it this afternoon. Okay. Like I said, you know, it's not for me to show anybody how bad things are, government, this. No, this has nothing to do with government. Of course, it has all to do with government, but these are things that we ourselves, if we want, will have to, the government can do it for us. Okay? But we all also, as a librarian, must provide some sort of a helping hand. What is your own responsibility as a librarian on these kinds of stuff? Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Let me show you.
Folks, my understanding with East Secretary now.
Okay,
so
Secretary.
Market ground. And look at the ditch.
The ditch in the middle of the road.
And this is Secretary. Look at it. No. Where do we go? In the middle of the road. The ditch. This is Secretary itself, right? Look at this road. This is not a road, folks. How do you get across the road like this? If it's raining, you can't. And this is a major town in Liberia. This is a major town in Nima County. I understand that now people they have a contract now to do the road from Ganta to Zwedru, which is understandable. But the point is, why does it even have to take that long? You don't need, you can do a very common chip and seal on this road, and you're not going to have these kinds of stuff. Well, it's not going to happen. Maintenance will create a lack of maintenance will create these kinds of things. But what I'm saying, if you have a chip and seal here, I'm sure the people at Secretary will want to take care of the road. They're not lazy. These are intelligent and proud people in this town. I know, because I know about Secretary. But if you give them a crappy stuff, what do you want them to do? They can't maintain it. This is just ridiculous. Look at this hole. Here comes another big hole here in the town of Secretary. Samson Tour, LIBERIA Public Radio. I think we're coming up to a major one here now. This is I believe this is one of the issues that the Southeastern have when it comes to this road. Okay, because you can see here it's all flat. This whole area is flat, and therefore I believe this whole area can be flooded, because this river is not too far away. Slow down. Let me see where the river. This river is not too far. Let me see. Go up. Okay, hold it. Here are some of the problems. Look at the debris down there. So the water is not even flowing. So you're gonna have issues. Okay, go on. Okay. So let's go. Now, if the water is not taking care of the issue of drainage, Liberia Road's issue is not bad dirt. You have good soil. As you can see right now, look at the clay. Okay? Look at the sand mixer. All of that. But look, slow down. Look, here we go. We're gonna be bouncing all over this place because of the ditch that the water is controlling these people's road. Instead of the people controlling the water is determining how these roads to be behaved. The water goes through the middle of the road. I'm not playing.
Samson Tour, LIBERIA Public Radio, folks. I'm just thought that I'd show you this. And then later on, I will show you what I would consider the fixes. And this is a very small thing. And these are things that we can do as Liberians. Simple. Now, the thing that is very hurtful, this video that I just showed you, is at Secretary. As far as I'm from Town. Okay? Town, the town, I'm going to need a big town now. Town is a big town. Whether village or not, for me, it's a big town. But Town, Tapeta, Groy, Secretary, just like Ganta, But one of the things, if you know the area, you will know. Secretary, that's something to sneeze about. Some of the most educated Nimbadians are from Secretary. Okay? Not only that, these are people that are very proud people. What happened? Did the war take the proud of the people away from them? Why would people, and it's not like they don't have people in the government. Why would people in Secretary were allowed or ditch to be in the middle of the highway as they're approaching the town? You would think as you're approaching Secretary, you will see the decency of the road to say, yes, this is Secretary. But look at that. Look at that. And I bet you, they got some good guys, very good. And I know one of the guys from Nima County, one of the best engineers around, even better than some of us that call ourselves engineers. So I know these people are intelligent. But why would Secretary road be like that? For what reason? What reason? In fact, as we were approaching Secretary, they showed me the area, which is on the other side, maybe about 400-500 feet away from the town. Okay. It's the market, and they were telling me this is a larger market around this whole area. So people come and bring food to market. How do they maneuver around our ditch in the middle of the road? So I'm sure these people are they could have done better. I mean, they could bring more food to the market, but where's the road? Where is the road, my people? Where is the road? Let me show you another one. Samson too. And immediately after this, I will show you some of the things you need to do. A roll like that. A roll like that. Okay. How wide you think that road is? When you look up from one side of the ditch to the other side, okay, how wide you think that road is? Most likely 22 to 23 feet. You know how wide the grader blade is? That thing is almost like a 12, 13 feet wide. So you go one path, you come back, you finish grading our whole area. Why are we suffering ourselves like this? Why are we suffering and we consider ourselves civilized people? Why are we suffering ourselves like this? For what? So when it rains, right there in Secretary, the people from one side of the road to go to the other, it's difficult because our whole clay stuff will turn to mud and they can't move. Let me show you another one. Let me show you another one. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. This is a very interesting one. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's watch this. Samson to LIBERIA Public. I think this is one of those that I was so kind of out of it that I decided to show a little bit of engineering judgment. Let me Samson to. I'm having fun. Watch this other one.
You need to watch this. You see what happened to the car? See this? This is one of the area that you hear Grand Road cut off. Here is this. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I just hope I don't meet up with snakes. But if you look back here, and I'm going out in the bush now to show you. If you look back there, there's a creek. This is a lowland. All of the water coming out of this area, they come to the lowland and they want to try to cross the road. But they didn't provide any kinds of drainage system here that will be able to allow the water to go through. Here's a bridge over there. They have a bridge that's supposed to be spanning the creek. But what is happening, and I haven't been up there yet. How you doing, sir? I'm not up there yet. I'm going there. But I will just predict to you right now to tell you what is happening. What is happening is this. Most likely upstream, the water coming from upstream, but downstream is not clean. So the bridge, most likely, is filled up and the water come this way because it seemed to me, even though the bridge is over there, but it looked like this is the lower spot. So all of the water in this area here sits here. To make it worse, I showed you the truck earlier. You have truck that comes in here, the weight is too much. And if you look at these things here, folks, I'm getting ready to do some serious engineering on you here this afternoon. Samson too. Watch this, watch this, watch this. This thing didn't just happen overnight. If you look here, I'm going to show you. If you just look here, you see here, This is the topsoil of this area. But what I want to show you is the separation. As the truck gets in here, the weight of the truck on the soil create the down low fraction of the road going down. And so you have this thing breaking up. It's breaking up now. You can see it because it's in the summertime. The sun, the place is dry. But if it is wet, you can't see nothing. So everything is soapy. The place is so soapy. The ground is so wet. You can't get anything. So what these people try to do, which is a little bit of a good engineering, they go and get logs to get traction. But what they're doing in return is, as they put, if I hear some paper here, as they do that, try to get traction, they roll also going deeper. And if you look on the side, you'll see some tire marks. Okay? Same thing on the other side. Because these people say, well, I don't want to drive in the middle anyway. I'll go on the side. And as they go on the side, they create this type of situation. Look how far I am. Look at me. Look at me comparing to this. All right? So, I come in. Here's the tire mark I was just telling you about. So if you have these kinds of stuff, this whole area is the lowland. Up there, you have a little hill, okay? The water coming out. So when the water comes out, it goes into the creek here. But as I told you, and I'm going to show you now, I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. Maintenance is the issue here. Okay. Oh, the scour. I'm not worrying about that because obviously the bridge is going to have to be scoured because if the water. So that means the water is going that way. I can tell right away because if they fall out, it comes here, hit the wall, takes some dirt out. But what I want to show you is this. As soon as this guy leaves, I'll show you. Okay? Okay, like I said, the water was coming this way without me even looking. But if you go downstream, you will find out that the debris is so much that the water comes backing out, coming back on this side. And so if it fills up, it goes on the road. Same situation here. If you were to find your way out upstream, you will find there's a lot of water comes out of here. So when it comes, they fill up. Because of that, some black down there causing the scour in it, and I'm not making it up. Look at this. This is supposed to be a wind wall. And look how deep it is now. The scour. All of these things caving in. Sooner or later, this road gonna go. It says start here. We're already in the shoulder. It's gonna start going out. This road gonna go the next rainy season, unless people do something about it. So what I would have done, my fix, go ahead and put another box cover over there. Okay? Go ahead and put another box cover over there that will convey the water. And not only that, then you connect this water coming in to this point so that as it comes out of here, it goes out and get over there. Okay? So that would be my fix. But let's go in. I know we got more. But this is a very interesting one. Okay, so let's go and I will continue to tell you. If I thought of it, tell me, let me know. But I'm not making it up. This is the road to Grand Gita. You need to watch this.
Again, folks, Samson told. When I was there, I did a recording, and I'm sure if right now, if it's rainy, that particular area is worse now as it is because, I mean, can you imagine with all that clay? Okay, these are some of the stuff that I'm talking about. If we want to fix these things, they can be done. They can be done. We're Liberians. We're not strangers to one another. The war is over. It's time to come together as brothers and sisters and make that place a decent place. The sad thing is you have more Liberians now that are sophisticated. You have more Liberians now that have the knowledge, not just in the role or construction or engineering. You have educated Liberians in different areas that can truly help that country. In the 70s and early 80s or even in the late 80s, you don't have as many Liberians as educated as you do now. And so with education come with responsibilities. What is our own responsibility to the country of Liberia? This is our country. All we do is go to party and talk about it. Is that all we can do? What's about those of us that grew up in Monrovia, suffer in Monrovia? What do we give back? When do we give back? And what exactly are we willing to give back? It's up to you. It's up to, it's not me. I can sit here and talk all the big mouth I want. It's not with me alone. We as a group must be able to do it. And here's the interesting thing. Those of you that look at it, I said it the last time I was saying it. Think about it. Think about it for a minute. Those of us that are from the countryside. I'm talking about the poor, rich people in Monrovia. I'm talking about that. But I'm talking about those of us from the countryside. When was the last time, even when you were back home before coming here, at what point did you start dreaming that you'll be in America one day? I started dreaming about coming to America when I was little. 6, 7, 8 years old. Because I know my brother and I used to go on the farm, and when we're coming back from the farm, I will be thinking how I will be in America. But one of the things that I used to dream about, and my brother and my father, everybody know about that, was I didn't think I was going to fly. What I thought, in fact, as a result of that, they called me Xbox. What I thought was that the refrigerator was going to be carved out and put me in the refrigerator, put me in the ocean, and then I'll be floating all over and come to America. Don't ask me why. Because the reason I said that, there was a store that used to be in Town, Jane Johnson's store. He had a refrigerator. And I thought to myself, that refrigerator, if somebody take all that thing out, put me in the water, and I will be floating all the way to America. No, but on a very serious note, If you even thought of being here, you're here. You don't have Ma and Pa here. Look around your surrounding. Look how you brought yourself from somebody. Some of you came in this country with more, maybe $500-$600 in your pocket. Go to your bank account now. Look at the house you're living in. You didn't steal from people, all because of hard work. So we Liberians, we're hard workers. We don't take things for free. Okay? And I bet you, Liberians, you ask some Liberian right now, say the government of America are willing to put you on welfare free. They'll tell you, take your welfare. I want to go work. I know so. I've seen some. So the pride of being Liberian, we're capable. My people, if the opportunity is there, let's utilize it. The government of Liberia, you have to open your eyes. Not necessarily friendship that will get you going. It's a country. It's not a village. It's a country. It's not a village. There are people with different interests. It's not a house. It's a country. So people from other areas that are experienced in other fields must be asked to come and contribute. Not just surround ourselves with friends and family. It's not quite the way it's going to work. Not all your friend, family, and what have you are all experts in this field. So in order for us to move, we have to look outside of the box, look outside of the circle, and get people from other areas. They will challenge you. Most of them they didn't even vote for CDC. Most of them talk bad about CDC. Nevertheless, they have the ability to function. They have the ability to move the country forward. However, you are the leader. If Liberia is successful, it's all on you. If Liberia is not, it's all on you. They will not say, oh, but there's a circle around here. No. They will say the president, the government official, the representative, the senators. Okay? I heard Sonny one was being cleaned the other day. How long before it go back again? Why is it up to this side? Sonny one, I believe, was built back in 1972 or 1973. Okay? They haven't covered it up. It's still open ditch in the city of Monrovia. Mosquito goes to that open ditch, come back out and bite people. Mosquito, malaria. And then we say JFK, what? They're overwhelmed because we're not paying attention to little stuff. Folks, Samson told LeBron Public Radio, let me now show you some of what I consider fixes. The next one is an area. This is a construction site. They're using pen. They call it pen. It's a big machine. Back in Total, we call it tenant pole, but they call it pen. What it does is they come and scrape. In fact, they call it scraper. They come and scrape the dirt, almost like a grader. The only difference is that it scrape the dirt, take it to another place where they have hole and dump it in there and fill that hole. So, for example, if you have a hillside that goes like this and goes out, the valley here, they scrape all of the dirt and fill it up. So then you have like a smooth path. This is what they're doing. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, folks. And all of these machines, the equipment that I'm going to be showing you here, one of these days we will show you all of the equipment. This is a construction site. I'm not too sure where is this place. But anyway, let's look at it. Let's look at Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Now over here comes the pen. This is a machine that dig out, and you will see as the machine comes to approach you, you will see that the bottom of the pen is opened up, and they take out the dirt. Watch. You see how the machine, it keep coming. It doesn't speed up, but what it's doing is digging. It's digging. Watch the dirt in the back of it. You see it? You see the dirt? You see the dirt right in there in our hole. You see the dirt coming up? They're digging. Yes, another one coming up. Now you will see this from sure as it goes through. You see here? Watch the pen. Watch the dirt fall into that pen. It's digging. Okay? Basically what they're doing, they dig out that spot and take it somewhere else. Okay? Let's watch it. Okay. So yes, another one. You see, you see the dozer. Though with the blade in front of it, they call it dozer. They put the dirt back in there, so the scraper will come back and make another pass. Here comes another one. Okay. Here comes another one. Now basically what it's doing is taking up the dirt. It's cutting the hill. Okay, it's cutting the hill. So as it cut the hill from this side, it go to the valley and dump it. The two of them. Same thing. You see the bottom of the pen now is open because it hasn't reached to a spot where you want to take it. Now he's getting the dirt gonna get into the pen. For this, I think that we all can do. We're not stranger to this kind of stuff. Okay? Alright. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. Right there, you saw what they call that scraper. The other name in construction is called pen. Okay, because the bottom of it, it's a pen at the bottom. So the pen open up, but it have a blade at the bottom. So as it goes, it keeps scraping the dirt back into the pen. You see, it keeps the pen open and keep the dirt inside the pen. Take the dirt out and go dump it somewhere else. And then the grader or the dozer. The dozer will come and grade, almost like a grade, but dozer doesn't grade. Dozer move the dirt. If you have a pile of dirt, the dozer come and push the dirt. Then the grader come and will do the grading. Okay. Yes, another nifty fix here of the road that I just showed you a few minutes ago. Okay. Now, that road is pretty much like this. they will start a process. The one I'm going to be showing you. They start a process, and the road is bad, just like LIBERIA road. Let me show you. Let me show you. Folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. We're here this afternoon where we'll try to do the best here. Let me show you. Okay. Yes. Okay. Right here, you see those two trucks? Slurry. It's not a concrete. It's not dirt either, but it's a mix-up of concrete and dirt. Slurry. They're putting in that stuff. Yeah, the machine right there. You see what it says? Yes. So that machine you're looking at, you're getting closer. They're putting the concrete, not real concrete, they call it slurry. They're mixing it up. They're gonna mix this machine, dig up all of the bad dirt. The dirt in there is wet. It's called sweepy. So they're trying to make that place stronger because this place is wet. That low ground. So it's always wet. But what he's trying now, you put in the concrete and mixing the concrete into the dirt. They call it slurry. I call it concrete. It's not concrete, it's called slurry. But it's mixing it into the dirt. You see it? You see what he's doing? He's mixing it up, the dirt. So that by the time they're ready to grade, the dirt will be strong. Yes. Okay, here's the mix up here again. You see what he's doing? He's grading. He's grading. This is, you see it? You see how they're mixing it, the slurry and the dirt together. Mixing it up as it's going. The slurry that the guy put in there, here's the other machine that comes and makes it up. So they all will mix together as one. So the material will not be separated. Yeah, the machine. Okay. Okay, here's the grader right now. The grader and the vibrator. This is called roller. It's rolling. You see it? Sheep foot rolling. Yes. Samson too. I'm on it this afternoon, folks. I'm not playing around. I'm showing you. I just want you to see. Okay. Here's the other. After this, now this machine comes out and bring out all of those dirt to make them together, and this continue to roll. You see the grader? You see how the grading is making the place smooth now. You see behind that? Making it smooth as it goes, making it flat. Watch. Look at this. Where the grader plate is over there, it's going to be the 2%. From that crown, it's going to go on the side 2% for the water to slow down. So the water go against the ditch, away from the Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm not talking politics, folks. Welcome, my son, Nelson told. This is what they're all these here, they go to school. They're still in school. This is what they was learning. Thank you, my son. Thanks for joining me. Okay, this is a plate. It's a roller drum. What they're doing now is compacting. Compacting. To make sure this whole place is compacted. Now here is a nuke. They call it nuke. That little machine over there. Density testing. Compaction. They want to compact the dirt. They want to see how hard the area is. And that place have to be 95% practical. Other than that, it's not going anywhere. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm on it. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. You see what the guys are doing? That stuff is called nuke. It's a little nuclear machine. They put down, they measure the density and things like that. I'm not gonna go. Okay, yeah, right there. Okay, the guy is rolling now, ready to compact. You do these kinds of stuff, we're capable of doing it. Why are we killing ourselves? Why are we working like we know nothing? Please. Welcome, 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 brothers and sisters. Thank you very much. Okay, here the asphalt. Okay, here's the funny thing here about the asphalt. Okay, they're putting the asphalt down now. but the road have already passed compaction.
Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that.
They put the asphalt down, and they're also going to find the compaction. There's somebody going to come and roll the asphalt. Yeah, the rolling machine right there. I ain't even finished my mouth. That's the rolling machine. So the rolling machine rolls over the asphalt to make the asphalt more condensed. Compaction. Make sure the asphalt is strong enough. Not 6 months and the asphalt start peeling away. Please.
Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Stop. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Master, come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Riverside, come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Woman, come on, let's do it. We like it like that.
I think this is what we call HA5. Now, HA5 just is a good name to say they're trying to cover the surface of the asphalt just to make sure it stay healthy. They're putting the thing down right there. The machine HA5. It's just a little smooth stuff they put over the asphalt so that the asphalt, the chemical of the asphalt mixing with the dirt doesn't start to deplete immediately. So it's there to protect it. Yes, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. We're on it this afternoon, folks. Like I said, I told you guys before, I'm going to be showing you a lot of fixes. And I will do my best here one of these days to do the design myself. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be opening the line here very shortly. Those of you who want to participate in the conversation, you'll be welcome to do so. But this is what I'm talking about. How difficult is this thing here? This is the process. First, they know the road in that area. When it rain, the rain soak the whole dirt. So they say, okay, well, instead of taking, because sometimes they will take the whole dirt, maybe about 2-3 feet deep, take it out and put in the sun to dry it, like you would dry rice. I still know that. Okay, but they don't do that. In this case, it's okay. First, let's take our machine with a hook in the back to stir up the dirt. So the hook, the machine keep going and bring the dirt. The one under bring it on the top, stir the dirt up, inside out. Okay, but it's still wet. So it's okay. How do we get this place to be strong for us to put a road down that will be able to take this truck load that we want on this road? In order to do that, they call what they call slurry. Slurry is a mix of sand and cement. Okay, and you don't put. It's a fine rock, not a lot, not a big rocks, little pieces. But then when they call it slurry, slurry is what you put down usually after you put your pipe across the road, and you're not quite ready to pave the road. So you put slurry down because you're not ready to pave. So you put a plate over there, and the slurry go around the pipe, and it becomes encased. The pipe becomes encased in the slurry. The slurry then becomes almost like a concrete, but it's not. But I don't want to go deep into that because that's not what I want to talk about. Anyway, so they take the powder, slurry powder, and mix it with the dirt. The dirt, remember now, the dirt is already wet. So as they mix it, the chemical of the water mixing with cement with the sand, it becomes what? Harder material becomes tougher. So they do that. The machine goes and put a slurry along with the dirt. There's another machine that comes after that. So okay, thank you. Now let me see what I can do. So they take that machine also turn the dirt inside out. The front part makes it up. The back come and grade it almost. Then when they leave, now you have process almost 3-4 process now. The dirt is no longer wet, but it's tough now. It's a tough material. So the grader comes and grade. Now, here's the funny thing. I keep telling you when you're not listening, by the time the grader get to it, that place has turned to what the dirt in Liberia is, clay. All that process the people are going through, All they were trying to get was a clear quality of the material. If you saw the grader was going through, the quality of that dirt was almost like a clay. So clay is a good, tough material. If you handle it correctly, you will have no problem. Clay and water don't mix. Have you seen clay pot? The people that try to make the pot, they usually, if they want to form the clay into a certain part, they put water in it. And so when you put the water in the clay becomes softer. It's easier to handle. But when they're ready for the pot to be real clay pot, what do? They cure it. They put it in the kiln. And when they put it in the kiln, they put the heat on. So the water dry out of the clay. And the clay becomes tougher to handle. It becomes almost like a glass. So the type of clay we have in Liberia, if it's not raining, the best. The best. You grade that thing, and it's almost like a cement. Okay? So that's how good you have. Okay? So the process that I just showed you, the reason I show you this, is that the people are trying their best to get the soil to be like the soil in Liberia, the clay soil that we have all over the country. So you see, if Blaku were to go over there to do road construction, I will live by, drink my palm wine. I will be enjoying, because I don't got to do much work. I don't have to go through the process. I've already have that. I have the clay. I have the clay. So let's go back. So the grader now, knowing that they have the clay, he grade the road. But guess what? You saw the left side of the blade, the end of the blade. The blade was not straight, though. It was tilted 2%, so that the water will go down along the 2% towards the ditch. So the water stay out of the road. So the base is 2%. So when they put the asphalt going to follow the base at 2%. You're not going to have base 2%, then you have asphalt, another 10% negative. No, it's not going to happen. Unless you have a lot of material you want to waste. Okay? So after the blade, the guy went and started grilling. When he was done grading the whole place, what do we have? We have compaction. The machine, the roller, come and roll that to compact it. And sometimes when they're compacting it, they have vibrators. As a machine roller, real vibrating. You can feel your building shaking because they want to make sure that place is compacted. When they're done, then the inspector come and put the nuke on there for density. Now, those of you that know a little bit about physics and how to call it, hydraulics and stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Density. I'm not going to go into it. But anyway, after they measure the density, can tell them how hard the place is based on the compaction the engineer have estimated the place to be. If they want 95% fracture, they will have it based on the construction process. So the nuke come and test that for the compaction. And they tell them, okay, you got 95%. It's okay, roll it. Then here comes the asphalt. Okay, when they were done with the asphalt, you saw that oil stuff that they were putting over the asphalt. It's to protect the asphalt from the element. They design the asphalt, most of the time they say 20 years. But sometimes they don't go 20 years before you start seeing alligator crack. But with that emulsion on and put it on the shiny stuff, it protect the element against, it protect the asphalt against the element, the rain, sun, whatever. Okay, and then the next thing they look at also is the chemical mix-up. What happened with the asphalt as it mixed with the dirt? What kind of... I'm not going to go through that. Samson to Liberian Public Radio, folks. So this is some of the things you need to do. The process is not that difficult. I don't have to operate any of the machine, but I know what it's supposed to do. So if I were there as an inspector and come and see some kind of contractor want to cut corner, you must start having conversation. You can't do this to me. I know what you're doing. Why you want to cut corners? Instead of, in fact, you know the amount of dirt. Now this is little engineering. Don't get carried away. You know the amount of dirt. You know how much dirt that is there already. And when you come, you put the slurry in it. It's more dirt added on it. So you should know your quantity after that. And you can do your calculation. And if the man comes in and giving you what you're supposed to have, you're telling him that's not enough. And how do you do it? You don't take the whole thing and go measure. Just take a little bit, little sample and measure. And that sample, you don't do just one at a time now. You do average. You do in series. So by the time you do 10 or 15 of them, you will have at least 8 or 9 with the similar number. Then you say this is the average. So you're not even meeting the average. Let's go ahead. Now, let's go back to that $2 million contract. Okay, and then I'll open the lines up. Let's go back to the $2 million contract. The guy he get this job for $2 million. He already have all the equipment, finished buying all the material, the slurry and everything. The government of the Republic of Ireland now, people are taking away $500,000. He come, he say, okay, you want slurry? So he come and make the slurry more soupy. He put it in there. You don't know what you know about it. It all mixed up. He shut you on that. He's supposed to do and have a compassion. Put in series of compassion material in place, rolling and things like that. But he ain't rolling it correctly because you want to save money on the fuel. So you don't have your 95% factor. You put your asphalt down. In 6 months, the asphalt start peeling. The people cutting corner. Not that they don't know what they're doing. But of course, everybody want to make money. But the money you take away from the contractor, he's going to find it one way or the other. Hello? Contractor job is to make money. Nothing else. Okay. Folks, enough talking. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I've been on here for quite a while now, I think. Let me go ahead and open the line up. If you still want to be part of the conversation, you want to give me a call, do so. If not, I'm not going to be here for 5-10 minutes. I'll be out of here. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm having fun this afternoon. Now, this is what I want to say about what the conversation has been on tonight. You don't have to be an engineer to give me a call. You don't have to have an engineering question to call me. Call me, ask any question. If I can't answer, if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know it. It doesn't mean that I'm not smart anyway. You got some people that are on the line, the people near us. Let me see who are near us here. I'll just say smart. Oh, that one's smarter than me. Oh, that one's smarter than me. In fact, one of them and myself, he graduated high school at the top of his class. When you were, you myself at the same age, but when you were graduating, I was still running around drinking beer in Monroe. Anyway, I'm not gonna call it. Oh, the other one smart. Ooh, yeah, the other smart one, yeah. So most of the people that are near over here, they're smarter than me. But anyway, so ask me any question. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Yes, the number 916-533-2048. Okay. All of you guys have been tuning in this evening. I want to thank you very much. We appreciate it. Now, give me a call and let's see. Look at the other smart one. Wow. Smart people. Oh, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. If you don't have question or any comment or whatever, that's fine with me as well. I've been out here now for quite a while. So, anyway. What else to talk about? What else do I have to talk about? Okay. All right. Still raw. So, but no, seriously. The road that I showed you earlier about approaching the town of Secretary, to be honest with you, some of us got connection to Secretary. Okay. And so when you see these kinds of stuff, they're very painful to some of us because these are our brothers and sisters. They're very smart, intelligent, very strong workers. They're not slouch. Very strong workers. Why do we have that? I'm not going to sit here and blame the government. It just doesn't make no sense. Okay? Why would I want to blame the government of the Republic of Liberia? Yeah, you say, well, the government not doing public work, not doing that work. Right. But in this country, if a community see that they have crack all over their pavement, they're going straight to the city hall. And they tell the city hall, within so many times, we expect people to be in our community to inspect. And when the inspector comes, he will find the problem. And guess what? That problem is going to be fixed. People in Secretariat, they pay taxes just like any other place in Liberia. The businesses in Secretariat, they pay taxes just like any other businesses in Liberia. So why are they getting shortchanged? The people who are representing them, those are people perhaps I should put fault on. Because if you're representing a community, you need to know what is happening, what's going on with the community. That's why this place here, when the people go to research, when the Congress people go to research, they go have town hall meeting. That's where they hear all of the complaint from the community. Then they have consultation with the community leaders, the elected official of the community. After they have some consultation meeting with these people, they go back to Washington, D.C., and they find 2 or 3 people to see how best they can fix this. Say, my man, I have the problem in my ear. Oh, the one person say, yeah, I have the same 2 and 2. Before you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 people start having that problem, they're going to pass that, making the law, or ask the government to do something. That's what you call community. That's what you call democracy, where people will come and express themselves freely without fear of favor or whatever. Okay? So those are the kinds of things. The community, the Secretariat community, they should be able to hold their elected official responsible for that kind of stuff. Why do we have that? We shouldn't. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I only got 2 more minutes and I'll be out of here. Okay? Give me a call. You don't have to be an engineer. Give me a call. Wow. Give me a call. And let's have a discussion. 2 more minutes and I'll be out of here. In fact, 2 minutes over. I bet where Fonzie say you run your way now, I know exactly what you're going to do. And yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do, Mr. So I'm leaving. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Folks, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. Those of you that want to follow us, you can follow us too as well on how they call it on YouTube, you know. So let me, folks, again, the line is open. I'll give you 2 more minutes and I'll be out of here. Let me just go back into this process. The reason why I'm showing this, let's get it straight. I'm not looking for a job. I'm not. I want to be involved in the process, not necessarily working, but I want to be involved in the conversation. Number 1. Second thing is this. I'm not looking for a job. Okay? So if the government Republican was to ask me, yes, okay, what can I do for you? If I can do it, I will. Not necessarily taking job that will require these kinds of stuff to be fixed. I can stay right here and say, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Don't take my word for it. They got other Liberian engineers. Forget Liberian engineers. They have engineers. People who are smarter, way smarter. People who are, the engineering field has different aspects of engineering. So if I talk about hydraulics, you talk to hydraulics engineer and see what I'm saying if it's not making sense. If I talk about roadway and the road alignment, you talk to geometrics and see if what I'm saying is not making sense. If you do 1 or 2 of those things and find out something you're for the nonsense, you're talking all kind of nonsense on the radio, then you leave it alone. But I know. And if you want to challenge me, come up here. Let's have conversation. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. Okay. So that's that. Tune in tomorrow to Mr. So Show, where he will give you some wonderful, wonderful information. Politics, he did. Wah. He did. He ain't not playing around. LIBERIA Public Radio and Mr. So Show, if you go there not prepared, I feel sorry for you. Because he's well tuned into what is happening back home. Okay? Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Let's do it again. Before I do that, let me do this. Okay, let's do this. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm trying to do something here very quickly. Okay. Yes, yes. I thought I did well tonight, to be honest with you. Because some night you will come on here and you don't feel like talking, and you most likely don't even feel like you have it to say much, but you come and talk anyway. So, but tonight I think I did well. When I started with all of the problem that I think is happening and ended like this, I think I did well. Thank you, Mr. To. Thank you too. Sam Sinto. Let me do the last one, then I'll get out. Okay, folks, Sam Sinto, before I leave, let me just say one more thing here. To Madame Shoro, this is Sam Sinto. Happy birthday, Madame, and thanks for all your love. We haven't forgotten. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's Madame Shoro in Providence, Rhode Island. Her birthday. And we say thank you for the beautiful, beautiful kids. Your kids are so beautiful. We say thank you. Thank you, Madame. Happy birthday. Folks, Sam Sinto, I'm going to go ahead and say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Let's pray for one another and continue to make sure that we stay alive. Tune in to Mr. Soul Show tomorrow. He will bring you some wonderful, wonderful information, of course. That's what he does. That's who he is. And I want to thank Mr. Alfonso. Why would I want to thank the CEO twice? I mean, Mr. Cry. What do I have to tell Mr. Alfonso? Don't fire me. I'll tell you thank you again. And thank you plenty. And to Mr. Cry. Mr. Cry, thank you. Thank you. Station manager, you're in control. Who you want to fire tonight? Folks, I'm having fun. I want to thank all of you. Those of you that have been watching us, it's been a wonderful, wonderful time. We say thank you very much. This is what we do here on LIBERIA Public Radio. It's a family entertainment. Let's put it that way. We'll bring you some of this information just so that you'll be aware of what's happening in your own community. If you have friends, relatives back home working, and if you think the subject matter that is being discussed tonight, if it is of interest to you, please pass it on to the people back in Liberia. Not necessarily for job, but these are things they can do for us. Once somebody is there to do it, they will be done. Sam Sinto. Good night, folks.
Bye.